Hello, happy Halloween, and welcome to the Interesting Individuals 2013 Halloween program. I'm Bill Landing. Joining me as we get the show started is Cyndi Taylor, longtime TV associate, and we're just partaking in some costumes, getting underway here for the program. I am a Civil War Confederate soldier, officer, and Cyndi is a Middle Ages woman. We're off by a couple of hundred years each, but okay, let's get underway as we're going to have some interesting facts and statistics about Halloween, and also getting into some of the things in the entertainment area as far as Halloween is concerned. All right, an estimated 170 million Americans will celebrate Halloween in 2013. Many will spend over 1 month in preparation for this spooky event. Around 76 million adults alone will dress in costumes. The average cost to purchase or rent a costume will come to roughly $29. Costumes are not just popular with people, but animals also get into the act. Every year, pet costumes gradually climb in the United States. Roughly $310 million was spent in 2012 on pet costumes. And the two most popular pet costumes last year were pumpkins and devils. Home and yard decorating is also huge in the country, as approximately 40 million Americans will turn their dwellings into a haunted homestead. Cyndi.
Halloween candy. What would Halloween be without candy? Many states are known for being popular with different types of candy. Ohio does well with candy bars. Utah and North Carolina are popular with jelly beans. Colorado is reported to be the top state in Google searches for gummy bear types of candy. California and Washington states fare well with sugar-free candy. Facebook estimates from 2012 for candy reached 78 million. 48% of U.S. residents will hand out candy on Halloween at a rough cost of $22. Bill?
Halloween costumes. Just how did Halloween costumes originate? Like many other items associated with Halloween, there are a number of accounts, and here are a few. Some beliefs go back on this to Europe during the 15th century. Certain pagan and Christian customs were that on All Hallows Eve, the night before Samhain, October the 31st to November the 1st, the spirits of the dead would return to visit their homeland. Many people would wear scary types of masks for protection. If they were to encounter a ghost or spirit, hopefully they would appear to be another ghost and they would not be harmed. Animal skins were also used by humans to disguise themselves as animals in an attempt to have ghosts avoid them. The activity of guising, going in disguise to visit homes for food and treats, originated in Scotland and then spread to other European countries. Guising became known in North America in 1911 when it first took place in Ontario, Canada. It continued to grow from there and has been known for decades now as trick or treat. In America, Halloween costumes could be purchased during the 1930s as companies began making them. Costumes began as scary types of monsters or creatures, but over the years they have branched out. Other costumes are superheroes, celebrities, and even presidents have become popular. And slightly over 50% of Americans are expected to purchase a costume or rent one for Halloween of 2013.
Haunted locations in Northwest Indiana. Northwest Indiana has some haunted locations with reputations. Dune State Park near Gary is known for the famous Diana of the Dunes ghost. Diana is reported to be the ghost of Alice Marble Gray, a member of the wealthy Chicago family. While living alone on the lakeshore, she was murdered by a drifter she became acquainted with in the early 1900s. Her ghost has been seen roaming the lakeshore in this vicinity. Notre Dame University in South Bend has a celebrated ghost. The legendary school football player George Gipp died in 1920. His ghost haunts Washington Hall. Students and faculty have heard strange music and footsteps in the area of Gipp's old dormitory. The Hammond, Indiana area was the site of a horrible train wreck on June 22, 1918. A train carrying the Hagenbeck-Wallace Circus collided with another train roughly 5 miles from the city. Over 90 performers were killed along with numerous circus animals. The cries of people and animals have been heard at the crash site over the years. Aberdeen Inn in Valparaiso is a historic mansion that is a bed and breakfast inn. A ghost of a young girl has been seen sitting on the steps to the mansion. Also, a fireplace has been known to light up by itself.
Well, LaPorte County has had numerous haunted areas reported in its history, and here are just a few of them. Saugony Lake, located off Highway 2 east of LaPorte. Allegedly, UFO sightings have been seen in this area, and a unique legend exists that no one will drown in the small lake in this area. It is said that the lake is protected by the ghost of Indian Chief Saugony. Patton Cemetery. At night, voices have been heard in the cemetery, but no people have ever been seen. Another interesting point is at this cemetery, one of murderous Belle Gunnis's male victims is buried there. The famous Ore Lake Road, which has also been known as Hangman's Road and also Hookman Road. Supposedly many years ago, a young couple driving down the road in their car had it break down. The man left the car to inspect underneath the hood. It was reported that a few minutes later, the woman, upon still being inside the vehicle, heard some noise on top of the car. Upon exiting the car, she saw the man was hanging from a tree over the car and his shoes were hitting the car's roof. Then a hookman then appeared and killed the woman. The hookman is believed to stalk through the woods. And of course, Posey's Chapel, where many ghostly images and even noises have been reported for many years, and paranormal groups have often visited this site quite often. Okay, for my Interesting Individuals show, I'm supposed to meet this Mr. Rip Mav here in this cemetery. Something important about a Halloween program idea. So I... Oh, no. Vivian. You tricked me. You sent me this message to get me here, didn't you?
Indeed, Mr. Landing. Tell me, what is that name spelled backwards?
A Rip Mav? It's vampire. You even gave me a clue, and I didn't catch it.
I have caught you off guard, Mr. Landing. And I see you have no lethal devices. At last. Gaze into my eyes, Mr. Landing. Soon you will enter a world with only one desire. I will captivate you and become your eternal master. A mirror!
That's right, a mirror, and you don't cast any reflection because you have no soul, and it weakens you and leaves you powerless.
Oh, you are incredibly lucky, Mr. Landing.
Yeah. Hey, further in the cemetery is a chapel. There's lots of crosses in it. Would you care to continue this over there?
Next time, Mr. Landing. Next time. Oh!
Continuing on with our 2013 Interesting Individuals TV program. Now, the young lady sitting next to me for the last 4 years, not counting this year, has been gracious enough to come here and play Vivian the Vampire for me. And I just thought we'd take a couple minutes and meet her, get to know a little bit about her. Of course, her name is Christine Perry, and she's back again to torment me this year. It's great having you come once again this year, Christine.
I'm happy to be back.
All right, let's talk. We're going to find out a little bit about you, but first let's just go ahead and just find out what your occupation is.
I'm an attorney for the state of Indiana. I prosecute cases for a particular county in the state.
Outstanding. And you do have theater background, and I found out about you from a mutual acquaintance. You were doing Best Little Whorehouse in Texas here, and I contacted you and told you what I was going to do in 2009, and you came and you did the Vivian the Vampire, and you performed that, and then You've been coming back every year. I know we've tried to hook up and maybe do some other things, but with a demanding schedule, we haven't been able to hook up. But Christine does come every year now, and please tell me, what is it about being Vivian that you enjoy coming back so much each year with me?
Well, it's fun to do local TV. I enjoy going to different counties and doing theater different places because it's always different wherever you go. I have a fabulous costume that's always provided to us from a particular business in the area. And this is just a good time, and it's a way for me to do theater on a smaller scale that takes less time than a full drawn-out musical would.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. And what is it about Vivian that you do like? We give you some lines of dialogue, we have some fun. So.
Well, I don't like horror films.
I know you told me.
I don't like that, but this is a way where I can get into Halloween without being scary and going through the things that I don't like about it in a fun way that allows me to act and to be around other people who enjoy this as well. And together we have a very good time. So that's why I enjoy playing her.
Yeah. Any plans of maybe eventually the host getting it from Vivian sometime? Or?
We'll see. We'll see.
It would end this little wonderful mini-series that goes each year. But because, old Bill can't keep coming up with different ways to escape Vivian. She's persistent. But now, you do have theater background. About how many years have you been working on theater over the years?
I started when I was a very young child. My parents were very big into music. They still are, and they always encouraged me to do theater and singing. I had a very active music teacher in elementary school. Her name was Jane Lang, and she was fantastic. And because of their influences, I continued both on stage and backstage doing work for most of my life.
Yeah, and you've been in some name-type productions, and you've been busy in the last year, so let's get some names of some things you've been in.
Sure. Recently at the Memorial Opera House in Valparaiso, Indiana, I was a part of the cast of Hello, Dolly. Prior to that, I was at the Chicago Street Theater in Valparaiso in The Sound of Music, and I played Maria.
Outstanding. You did play the lead and a couple other things that you've done over the years.
Sure. Over a three-county area, LaPorte and LaPorte.
Mm-hmm. And all right, now when it's like Hello, Dolly, and especially that Sound of Music, you had the lead in that. Do you try to watch the movie versions of that and get an idea, or just like to have it in your mind what you want to do?
Generally, we don't watch the movie because we want our production to be special and unique, and we don't want to mock off of anyone. And so watching the movies can sometimes put that in the back of your head and make you question what you're doing. So generally, I try not to.
Some people tend to do that. Anything coming up next with theater?
We'll see. There's many seasons that are going to be announced very soon for the local theaters in the area through the Northwest Indiana Excellence in Theater Foundation, which can be found online. Those seasons are coming up, so maybe something soon, but not right now.
And you take the rest of the year off. Well, hopefully sometime if I find out where you're at, I'll have a chance to come and watch the performance. I did enjoy seeing it, and then I won't have to bring a cross or a mirror or holy water or anything like that. All right. Well, again, Christine Perry. She comes every year and does Vivian the Vampire, and she's a part of our Halloween show once again this year. So it'd be nice to just find out a little bit about her, and she has an interesting background with theater. So if Vivian would like to just say goodbye to the camera real quick.
Have a happy Halloween, and thank you.